La música de Harry Fraud.
We always giving credit to the Pyrex,
The STEM Society,
the microwave, and the stove. What about the kitchen table, though?
Summertime.
Yo, the kitchen table where the takeover started. It's on two shaky legs. Some newspaper gon' help you stable the bottom. This where a lot of plans was made. The kitchen table seen 1,000 grams of cane, 3 Thanksgivings, and 1,000 hands of spades. 1.6 on that bitch. Type of shit we all dream about. Coke resi on it like the table at Charlie Sheen house. My hood, you might walk on your porch and see all the fiends out. Rent cheap, in the bedroom small like a Barbie dream house. Streets talking, I'm lit. Just me and my dogs, no leash, collar, or fence, don't know weak bosses exist.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. Episode 50. We got the 50 ball up now, man. Oh my God. I'm so happy that I'm able to make it to 50 episodes. Thank you for everybody who's joined the society, who's been supporting the journey, who's been a part of all of this stuff. For all of y'all who really rock with me, man, I appreciate it, man. Hopefully we'll get to 50 more. Ain't no hopefully. We'll get to 50 more after this. But everybody who subscribed, all of my new subscribers, and all the people who've already been a part of the society, thank you for coming along with this ride with me. I really appreciate it. Look, guys, let me get this out of the way right now. If you have not subscribed to the B1K Radio YouTube channel, I don't know what you're waiting on. Help me grow this channel. Help me get this channel to a point where I can be one of the biggest hip-hop media heads out there. I want to be one of the biggest hip-hop media talking heads that's anyone has ever seen. And the only way I can do that is if you support me by subscribing to the channel, sharing, liking, give me comments. Help me break the algorithm chains, all right? I just need you guys to help support me through this whole journey, man. I'm happy to make it to 50 episodes. I'm happy that I'm here in the UK trying to help start covering music here. I just want to grow this into something bigger than I've ever had before in my life. So with that being said, please join the society, be a part of something special, be a part of something that's growing every day. My week has been pretty good. I'm feeling a whole lot better. I'm about to start getting out and about. Hopefully I can actually start posting some vlog stuff. The only reason why I haven't yet is because they snatching phones out here right now. Like that's a big thing out here. So I'm trying to make sure I got some kind of camera that I can do some vlogging with, and I can actually post some personal vlogs on this channel and on the Patreon. Which, if you haven't joined the Patreon, I don't know what's going on, man. Look, the Patreon is up. You're getting content consistently. Episode 3 of the Hip Hop Survival Guide with Little Kim's Hardcore album is up right now. We got 3 episodes up already. Some other bonus content that's up there already too. But if you haven't joined the Patreon, be a part of the Patreon society. Join the Patreon. The link's up here. I'm gonna start putting out a lot more content, especially for this channel and for the Patreon. Some get to know me stuff, things like that. Just some stuff to kind of help you guys. I don't think a lot of you guys know me as well. If you did, you probably wouldn't be calling me the biggest Drake hater. Man, them comments, y'all are killing me out there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Join the Patreon, follow me on my journey, and get to know me a whole lot more.
New releases.
All right, so for new releases, I have 2 albums. It could have been 3, but I started listening to it way too late, and I wanted to sit with that. I started the Lotto album, and so far I'm about 3-4 tracks in. It just got like really late, and I had to get to bed so I can get up and actually start recording this and get it edited so it'll be out on time. So I did start the Lotto album. So far it's okay. Again, I'm only like 3-4 tracks in. I'm probably going to go and sit and listen to it later on today and kind of probably bring it up on the next episode, or maybe just do a solo video just to talk about that. But I did get 2 of my favorite artists' albums this week. So let's start with Larry June. Larry June dropped a new album called Doing It For Me, 15 tracks, 37 minutes. Larry June don't miss. Larry June don't miss. I enjoyed this. It's your typical Larry June affair. Motivational music, laid back beats, pianos, horns, things of that nature. Larry is typically giving us something to motivate us. He's always giving us some type of game, and I think that's amazing. He did have a listening party hosted by B-Dot not too long ago, which looked pretty fun. I've watched a couple of videos from that, and it looks like he had a great time giving this to people. and I enjoyed the album. It's not Night Shift with Cardo. So far, Night Shift with Cardo is like probably one of my favorite Larry June albums like ever. I love that album. It's still in rotation right now, and it's just, I don't know, when him and Cardo get together, man, they always just do it for me. Like, they go together so well, and the way Cardo produces for Larry June and the way he can rap on Cardo beats, man, it's some of the best shit ever. So yeah, I'm really fucking with Doing It For Me. I think it's another great album from Larry June, but it's just not on the level of Night Shift for me. Like, I fucking love Night Shift. But he always keep me motivated, and Larry June is always keeping me on my grind and hustling. I just feel like Larry just knows what to say in a lot of these songs that just keeps me going. My two favorite songs on here is Imported Couches and Like a Mac. I had to put both of those songs on my morning motivational playlist because if you want some music that's going to get you up and get you ready to hustle and go through your day, those two songs right there should most definitely be on a morning motivational playlist. So overall, the album is really good. It's a solid album. It's your typical Larry June affair. He's again motivational. Tell you about your smoothies. Need to get your health up, nigga. Make sure you get your riches, get your money up. Solid album. He did have an interview earlier this week, or was it last week, and where he talked about him and Alchemist doing another album together. And I want to hear what that sounds like. The last time they got together, we got The Great Escape, which was one of the better albums that came out in 2023. So it was good. Again, Night Shift is always, to me, Night Shift is better than The Great Escape. I know I sound crazy when I say that, but I love that album. The Night Shift was my shit, man. I still listen to it. But I do want to see if him and Alchemist can make the same magic that they made on The Great Escape. And hopefully they can. But if you haven't heard it, go out to your DSPs. Go buy this album. It is worth a buy. Go out and buy Doing It For Me by Larry June. All right, so next up, Benny the Butcher drops a kind of a surprise album. He dropped Summertime Butch, 10 tracks, 24 minutes. Where was this Benny the Butcher at earlier this year? I'm just asking. This is way better than Everybody Can't Go. It's Benny the Butcher, the Black Soprano Family with El Camino, Fuego Bass. This is what I wanted out of Everybody Can't Go. And it doesn't sound overproduced. It doesn't sound like a Def Jam album. It sounds like Benny's comfortable in this mode. Not taking anything away from him being on the Everybody Can't Go, but that just sounds more like a label album where this is Benny in his element, giving us the lyrics that we be looking for, giving us the oh my God, bro, the entendres, the way he was breaking down a lot of his lyrics on these songs, fucking phenomenal. And it's paced way better than Everybody Can't Go. Everybody Can't Go just sounds so structured and so fucking formal, and it just sounds like it's out of a label. This sounds like Benny is in his fucking bag. This sounds like Benny is actually doing the type of fucking rhyming that I love him doing. And they had one of my favorite niggas on there, Fuego Bass. He just dropped if I'm not mistaken, Fuego Bass just did a freestyle here recently, and he's killing everybody. I don't know why Fuego Bass don't have more music out. Fuego Bass, if you're watching this, get more music out, my nigga. Come on, bro. You are fire, and nobody knows it because you don't have enough music out right now. But that's neither here nor there. The album is good. It has a couple of interludes, which completely, I'm tired. Look, bro. Can we just start with the interlude bullshit? I'm tired of this shit, man. Like, it really interrupts the way I'm trying to listen to the album. Like, it ain't fucking early 2000s no more, man. Like, them interludes and all that other shit, man, let that shit go. Give us the fucking music. The interludes kind of slowed it down, but other than that, it just feels way better than his Def Jam album. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I've got to say it. And after hearing the song Kitchen Table, produced by Harry Fraud, we got to get a Harry Fraud, Benny the Butcher collab album. We got to get a full album produced by Harry Fraud. Harry Fraud been hitting on all cylinders with this. If I'm not mistaken, he did Imported Couches on Larry June, and he did the Silsa Fielder song with Boldy James and T Grizzly. That nigga been knocking that out the park here recently, and I think he's gonna get back on that on a roll for the second half of the year. But if you guys, that's my favorite song. Kitchen Table's my favorite song on here. I need a Benny and Harry Fraud album together. I'm sorry, I just have to have that because Harry Fraud killed it. Typically, I get annoyed sometimes with Harry Fraud's production because it can be a bit extra sometimes. Like the sample be too heavy and he be doing a lot. But these last few songs I've heard Harry Fraud do, he has just been on point. He's been on point with all. He's just been in his bag lately, man. I love it. Overall, man, this album is really good. I know he's just trying to put something out there to try to keep people thinking about him and probably want people to go back to Everybody Can't Go. I'm going to be honest with you. This is 10 times better than Everybody Can't Go. And I know it was a certain hip-hop talking head that was saying, oh, man, Everybody Can't Go is album of the year. I'm sorry, my brother, but it's not. It's not. He's not rhyming anywhere as good on Everybody Can't Go as he is on this. And that's my personal opinion. I just feel like when he gets with the Black Soprano family, it feels like he's way more comfortable and he can get back into his bag because I feel like they probably push him a little bit more. El Camino, Fuego Bass, it just feels like they push him a little bit more when he rhymes with them. And that's why I enjoy Butch coming with his best pen game. The Def Jam deal kind of watered him down, and that's just an opinion. I feel like the Def Jam stuff kind of watered him down, and that album just feels so fucking corporate. It just feels really corporate, man. You can't listen to a nigga who did Tana Talk and think it's the same shit as this Everybody Can't Go. So, solid project. I want more Benny and Harry Fraud. So if you guys haven't heard the Summertime Butch album, go out and listen to it. It's on your DSPs right now. So finally, this is the new release, but I just really feel like this is it's just hella weird. For everybody who knows, you remember Drake this past week dropped this 100 gigs, and it was a whole hard drive full of behind the scenes stuff, and he dropped 3 new songs. And then all of a sudden Universal started giving people strikes, letting people know that they can't use these songs on their content, which was really fucked up. And then finally on Friday, what happens? Those same 3 songs that was supposed to be given out like it was old school mixtape time ends up on the streaming services. So now the 100 gigs, those 3 songs are on streaming services as we speak. And let me tell you, the reception in that has not been good at all. People have been calling this shit ass. Not my words, theirs. People have been saying that this is why is this out? A lot of people just really not fucking with the 100 gigs 3-pack. I personally said this on Twitter. I was like, them taking them Drake songs down tells me everything I need to know. Universal is doing exactly what they want to do, which is control the market and control the way people put their music out. Drake can't even put out free music to anybody without the labels coming behind him and just wanting this. All about this, baby. It's all about the money. I don't know if that really taints the idea of what 100 gigs was supposed to be for. Because again, and if you see my 100 gigs video, I said Drake did the right thing by making making himself feel way more relatable and giving us this content that we never seen before and giving us an opportunity to see a different side of him and giving us some free music. Can't beat that. But when the corporate hand comes behind you and does this type shit, sad day. It kind of steps on the sentiment of him giving out that music and all the content behind the scenes content. If you go back to 100 gigs too, I went back to the website to kind of like see what was going on, and I downloaded that music. When it first dropped, you could download the music and all that stuff, the behind the scenes stuff and everything. Can't download it anymore. They took that. Go back to that 100 gigs website and see if you can download this shit, because I can't download the music. I can't download the videos, anything. So I think it was the corporate structure that went ahead and said, you can't give Drake, you're not going to give any music away for free. And they did exactly what they had to do. But that's not any fault of Drake's. That's the corporate structure. That's how music is going these days. Which that'll be a topic that I'll actually get in. Fuck it, let's get into the news.
And this be from Cash, not from YouTube.
Green Range Rover, bitch, I feel like Simo Green. I don't care about a bitch, I lay that hoe right on scene. Man, I got these blue faces, man, they coming out my jeans. I ain't mugging, it's my face, all my bitches think I'm mean. Green Range Rover, bitch, I feel like Simo Green. I don't care about a bitch, I lay that hoe right on scene. Man, I got these blue faces, man.
Alright, so Kanye West put out this. Kanye was on Instagram and he posted this text that he got from John Monopoly. Before I get into that text, though, according to chart data, Vultures Volume 2 did 68K first week, but it's going to debut in number 2 behind who? You guessed it, Taylor Swift, the Tortured Poets Department. She's upstaging you again, Kanye. You got to jump on stage. Taylor's Revenge. Whatever. So on Instagram, he posted this screenshot, and him and John Monopoly are having a text conversation, and John Monopoly lets Kanye know, or Ye, or whatever we got to call him, that Atlantic Group chairman Julie Greenwald got fired. And in the text, it also says the new head is not going to give them a grace period to handle Atlantic's compensation. I know. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute, Cole. Kanye West is supposed to be independent. You're right, kids. He is supposed to be independent. Why does he owe Atlantic money? Can I give you guys a little bit of a breakdown? All right, so here's how it goes. Ty Dolla $ign is an artist that is signed to Atlantic Records, which means if he's on a collab album with Ye has to make a deal to compensate Atlantic for the use of Ty Dolla $ign. All right, you got that? Okay. Julie Greenwald, who was a former executive on Def Jam, she was actually the head there in Atlantic at the time, so she made a deal with Kanye, and she said, look, Kanye, you can use Ty Dolla $ign, but you got to give us 40% of the profits from selling your album. Got to give that to the Atlantic to be able to use Ty Dolla $ign. All right, so that happened. And then the takeover of Atlantic happened with Elliot Grange, who is the son of Lucian Grange, which, if you guys don't know, Kanye has a huge problem with. When he was on the Download podcast, he actually made it plain and simple that Lucian is the devil and he controls music and he controls everybody's music, so on and so forth, which he pretty much insulted him. So when Elliot Grange came to Atlantic, what did he do? He said, Julie Greenwald, you're fired. And he fired her. And he became the boss. He became the head of Atlantic. Now, with that being said, that means Kanye has no more of a grace period anymore, because Elliot Grange, again, who is the son of Lucian Grange, is asking Kanye to give me my money. So if Kanye doesn't pay the 40% that he owes Atlantic Records, he's going to have Vultures 1 and 2 taken off of streaming services. There you go. Hopefully that breakdown was a little bit easier for you guys. But yeah, so the situation is Kanye owes this 40% to Atlantic. And if he don't pay, they're threatening to take his music off of streaming services. It's in the text also. It says if they don't handle it immediately, paying the 40% of our revenue to Vultures Volume 2, they'll be taken down. And Kanye said that's what they do to independent artists. He said, who's the new head of Atlantic? So he's pretty much saying, hey, this is they're coming against me. They're trying to take me down yet again. And he posted this stuff on Instagram thinking that the fans are going to come to his rescue, or he wants people to have sympathy for him again. Let me give you guys a quick little lesson. I'm not coming to his defense anymore. Handle your shit. It's just gotten to the point now, man, where I'm tired of, as a Kanye fan, or as a person who enjoys Kanye's music, always getting this type of sad treatment when he needs it, and he don't even think about us in the same way when he drops his music. As a consumer, it's hard to like Kanye anymore because he don't even drop projects that are complete anymore. Vultures 2 was a mess. And he should be ashamed about putting stuff like that out to us who consistently pays for his music, consistently streams his music, consistently tries to support him the best way we possibly can. I'm tired of being used I'm going to raise my hand. I'm tired of being used as a Kanye fan, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I did not buy Vultures Volume 2. I haven't even listened to it a second time since the first listening because, one, it's a mess and he's still working on it. Two, it's trash and it's not any good. And three, I'm over it. I'm over it. As bad as we get treated as fans, especially people who buy music, consume music, so all of those things, when do they ever give a fuck about us? Now he's in a situation where they're going to take his stuff off of streaming services and he's posting these things to get a sympathy trip from us. Yet again, the fans have to come to the rescue. Well, this fan's not going to do it anymore, man. Like, I'm tired of being used when it comes to some of these artists and the way they handle situations and the way they want to post things to kind of make us look like we should feel bad for them. When at the end of the day, you don't even want to give us a complete project, or you don't even want to give us music that actually sounds good anymore. You don't even give a fuck about your raps anymore, man. And then we get all of these different interview clips and stuff out of nowhere because it's media manipulation of you talking about Jay-Z needs to get some pussy or all this other dumb bull. I was drunk when he had actually had an old clip come up with him and Candace Owens talking about he was drunk when he did his anti-Semitic rant. I'm tired. I love Kanye. He's probably one of my all-time favorite artists of ever. But I can't really fuck with it no more. Pay your shit. Because now it's getting consistent to the point where people are consistently saying you don't pay. Do you kind of see a pattern here? You don't want to pay shit. You keep kind of putting it out there how big you are as far as like an independent artist, and you celebrate these wins, but you don't give a fuck about any of us who actually have to buy this shit and kind of, I don't know, lawyer up for this shit for you sometimes. It's hard being a Kanye West fan. It's really hard. So, as far as me giving a fuck about you having to pay this 40% to Atlantic, you did it to yourself. You insulted the man's father. You most definitely insulted a lot of the labels. And now it's to the point where it's just like, well, this is how they're going to do independent. Man, you really should just pay what you owe. And shut the fuck up sometimes. And stop leaning on the fans' support when hard times come. You don't lean on our support when the good times come. Now, clearly, I think him and Ty are still going to do a live listening. Or they did a live listening on Friday in Salt Lake City, Utah. Good for you. Pay what you owe. Go ahead and put out volume 3. Hopefully it is better and finished when you put it out. But as a Kanye West fan, I'm no longer going to try to root for Kanye during his mishaps anymore. I'm tired and I'm over it. And I think a lot of other people are too. So with that being said, I hope you finish up and give them their 40% for using Ty Dolla $ign. But at the end of the day, you brought this on yourself. Do what you're supposed to do. Get past whatever addictions you have. Get some help and move forward with volume 3 if you want to. We might not get that until December, and that might not even be finished either. All right, finally, I went back and forth with doing this story because I know it's kind of just like, what? It's entertaining to me because I watched it because I wanted to see what was going to be said. So they did the Caresha Please interview where Caresha sat down with, of all people, Saucy Santana, her best friend, and kind of told some of the details about the things that happened with her and Diddy, and then talked about the City Girls. Now, me being in a hip-hop talking head or hip-hop media talking head or whatever, I had to watch it. I had to see what was going to go on. I wanted to see the train crash. I wanted to see the train crash that was this. So let me just say this. Getting your best friend to do your interview really means you're not taking it seriously. That's just my opinion. I honestly feel like you could have got Charlamagne. Angela Yee was available. Nadeska, you could have got her. Even Jason Lee. Jason Lee was a layup. Getting Jason Lee for this interview was a fucking layup. Why not Jason Lee? I think he would have been fair. He would have asked tough questions, and we would have got to the bottom of a lot of things. But instead, you had your best friend sit down and talk to you about it, and it felt like it was just like, yo, guys, like, I'm coming back with my podcast, and here's the setup for it. I'm going to give y'all 30 minutes of stuff that you guys may or may not like, and then we'll just go from there. And as far as, like, the Diddy stuff, I already knew nothing was going to come from that. The City Girl side of stuff I thought was very telling, and the whole thing about her not being able to release music through QC, you would think that because she had success in her past history with QC, they would be okay with her making the music and try to push it out there and try to help her with that. But it kind of goes back to what I've been saying about all of these rappers. A lot of these rappers, like, they're more brands than they are artists anymore. Like, these rappers are just really here for the brand deals and don't give a fuck about making music. Now, she said it herself. She was like, well, they didn't see any growth in the music, so they decided just not to put her music out anymore or not support it. Makes sense. I mean, you're a brand now. She's tried to do solo music, and she's tried to actually try to put some singles out. I think she dropped a single after the interview dropped. But nothing has been hitting because nothing sounds good. And I could be wrong, but I'm just going to say it now. Everything that I listen to, like the Yam, she tried to pull the Yam stuff with the Deion Sanders. Y'all remember that? I don't know what this new song is, but it's gotten to the point now where it's brands first, music second, when it should be in reverse. I don't think she really wants to put music out anymore. I think we should just follow her as a brand now and leave it at that. I don't think the passion for music is there anymore, and I think that has a lot more to do with her not being in a group anymore. I think she was way more passionate when her and JT were like cool, and it felt way more authentic, especially when she did the whole Free JT stuff. When JT went to jail, she was all about like, let's keep the name out there. She held it down. But I think once it got to a point where the group split and they weren't as cool as they used to be, I think it got to a point to where like she just was like, well, I have all these brand deals. I can do music anytime I want to. And that ended up not being the case. People on social media have been going like going in on this interview. A lot of people saying she's not being authentic. I beg to differ. A lot of people feel like she wasn't telling the truth. It ain't even honestly, whatever happened between her and Diddy ain't really our business like that. And she gave up what she wanted to give up, and that's because she had her best friend giving her that interview. It makes all of it adds up when you have common sense. But it just really just goes back to me saying this, and I've been saying this for the last 2 years. Rappers are more brands than they are artists or musicians. They don't give a fuck about making good music anymore. They give a fuck about how much money I can get from the Nike deal or the McDonald's deal or the Puma deal or the clothing brand deal or Fashion Nova or whatever the case may be. Artists feel like I need to make the side money first and give a fuck about the art second. And that's pretty fucked up when you think about it. Because we could be getting a whole lot more from these artists if they really gave a damn about the music. But the music don't pay. Streaming doesn't pay as much as you think it does. So it's just like I have to compensate by getting these brand deals, because as much as they keep telling you to stream this, that's not them getting money in their pocket like you think they are. That's getting money for the labels. So I get it, but none of this interview surprised me. Everything unfolded the way I knew it was going to unfold. Again, when you have your best friend doing the interview for you, it's kind of just like nobody's taking this shit seriously. She didn't take it seriously. I think Saucy Santana did a pretty decent job as asking questions, but at the end of the day, it was 33 minutes worth of just yanking us around and just letting us know the podcast is coming back so we can actually tune in. And I don't know if you've seen, like, I think in 24 hours it got like over 1 million. Was it 10 million? I think it got like 10 million views in 24 hours or something like that. So I really feel like this interview was just for her to just say, hey guys, still got it, still pulling in them numbers. And that was it. I really wish she would have got somebody like, again, Angela Yee would have been perfect for this. I feel like Nadeska could probably spread her wings on this as well. Jason Lee just a layup though. Jason Lee should have most definitely been the person to give this interview, and he should have been the person to ask the type of question. He's on the Complex Hip Hop list. Why not? So, yeah, I was debating on doing that story because I didn't want to come from the angle of, did she talk about Diddy? Like, I don't really give a fuck. Nobody's going to tell anything about Diddy that he don't want them to tell. I did want to get a better understanding of the City Girls breakup because I was one of the few guys that probably enjoyed City Girls music. I thought their music was dope when they was like in their stride, but I wanted to see why they didn't really get along or break up anymore. And she kind of gave credence to that. But other than that, I knew what it was when I seen the host, and you should have too. I just want artists to become artists again and stop being brands and stop leaning on your brand deals and start putting out like good music again. That's it. I got nothing else. You guys got me for 30 minutes. Thank you guys for helping me get to episode 50. If I didn't continue to get the support and the subscribers and the growth, I wouldn't be doing this. But thank you guys for helping me along my journey. Thank you for helping me become one of the biggest hip hop talking heads out there. I'm headed that way. I guarantee you I'm coming. You're going to see me in a lot of places. I promise you. But thank you guys for help growing the channel. And if you haven't joined the society, what are you doing? Why haven't you joined the society? Be a part of something special. Be a part of something that's growing every day. Subscribe to the B1K Radio YouTube channel and grow the STEM Society to become one of the biggest shows out. You heard me. Grow this shit. With that being said, guys, I will catch you next episode. Peace out.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.